Hello and welcome to another episode of the Weed and Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Rebel Professor Ryan Barton Lash, along with my host, Laniya.
I'm Laniya. What's up, guys?
But yeah, we got a lot to cover here. Tonight we got this, and then we're doing Raw right after this. Just some little hiccups there, but we're going to be more consistent. We're also going to be starting to come out with some other videos talking about other wrestlers, other factions, other different
Online drama. Online drama.
Online drama. Yeah, I know. She's really into the Hulk Hogan's wife's drama.
Not just that, you have Bianca Belair arguing online with other people. This whole bunch of sort of drama we have to get into, so we definitely need to get this segment going.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's Friday night SmackDown, March 28th there of 2025 in London, England. Good old London, England there. Been plenty of times there, and they also hosted at Monday Night Raw there as well, so we'll be doing these quickly enough, but that'll also be a separate review. But but it starts out with Cody Rhodes promo, and Cody starts talking about how he wants to talk to John Cena and how he'll talk to him on Monday. Then good old Randy Orton enters the chat. And he says a lot of good stuff here. How Cody had the ball to leave the business, and he changed the business, and he changed as himself as a person, and grew into the champion that he is, and how he deserves the accolades and stuff just for wrestling the way he had to with a torn pec.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just the sight of that when and the fact that it's like he knew, like, going out into it, like, I should not be doing this, but he totally did,
And just so passion, and I think his passion really shining through now, and I think it's really awesome that Orton gave that speech because I really kind of felt that from the speech he gave, and I loved it.
Yeah, and he really gave his all, especially in that match. That match was really good. Anytime him and Seth went at it was really good. But yeah, he goes on to and talks about how that at some point here, he's going to be going for 16. He's at 15 right now. And how, and he does, how he's going to come and he's just going to shake his hand like a man and let him know that he's coming for it, and it's kind of like he was talking in the way that we all wanted John Cena to do this, and we'll get to that when we talk about Raw, but just Randy being stand up and just awesome.
I mean, I think this segment was like a recap, basically, which was cute. But it's really great that they use these people because these guys grew up together. These guys trained together, and so that's what. And like for people who follow wrestling, that's really special for not only the fans, I'm sure for them. And it was great seeing it because there's a lot of real emotion showing through there, and I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just two really great guys. But then, good old Drew McIntyre enters the chat. Good old Drew. He comes out talking his game, basically just provoking Randy, just being like, "Look, you were out for months and months and months. When's the last time we had a Randy Orton moment? When's the last time anybody really cared? About me? Like, I've been having moments all year long." And
of course I was thinking, Drew, They drag him out when it's necessary, all right? To connect stories. Stop it.
Just because you work constantly, Drew.
Yeah,
But I love
but
the
even
fact that
so,
Drew
yeah,
works constantly. Um,
definitely. And again, he's still a part of that group. These guys, trained together. They grew up together. He's still a part of that group. And I think that having him with it was just like furthering that. Because these are like the same group of guys, the same age group. They literally were trained by the same group of people when they were coming up. Like, I think that's
yeah,
awesome to see them now and see how much have changed.
yeah. I mean, all three of them are, future Hall of Famers. Um,
Oh, man.
so they, that's that's what kind of leads up to just the confrontation of how Drew is the one that if anybody deserves a title shot, it's gonna be him, and which ends up leading to a match later on in the night between them. I really enjoyed the promo segment. I gave it a 7. Um,
Um, yeah, I gave it a 6.5. I mean, it had like a lot of chill to it. I thought it could be a lot more fierce. But I love it because it's not only just them or the history behind them, but they did it really well. They put it off well. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep. It wasn't boring me.
yeah. Which there's something later on tonight which I'll tell you about, which we'll talk about, that's foreign and shitty. It'll get a first score on the show. But next up, we get Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly for the tag team titles, which I was looking forward to it because these are two really good tag teams, and I think if anything, this match really showed how good Pretty Deadly is.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely did. And I think it showed both of them in a better light than they had been showing them, which made me very happy about everybody, there. So they're all really talented, and I can't wait to see them all come up because I want to see what they can do individually in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Match just started out with a really great pace. From the beginning, and then mocking Montez and stuff. He tagged in
The
Angelo.
Jack stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the mocking tag in. Um, and then at one point, Kit Wilson does like this double reverse to a hot tag, Belton Prince. That was really good. Then we get a really good catapult face buster that they did. That was really cool. And Kit pushes Elton over to take the splash from Montez. There's the Doomsday blockbuster finish. I didn't take a lot of specific notes on this one specifically because they were moving at such a good pace. Um,
Yeah.
the whole match was just paced really well, and it showed them all in a really good light.
Yeah, I specifically wrote down amazing back and forth action, not sloppy, flowed very well.
Mm.
So I also wrote down Dawkins hit the Doomsday blockbuster
Yeah,
and everything.
looked really cool.
I didn't write a lot because they were going back and forth, flowed very well. And also, I keep forgetting their names. I'm not even gonna lie.
Fair enough. That's it. That's why I make sure to write it down and type it out at certain parts, just because I know that I'm like, if I don't, because just like Kit Wilson, Elton Prince, like just like, no, they're
What's
pretty
the
good.
name? Yeah,
I gave the match a 6.5. I thought it was pretty good.
I gave it 6 actually. I want to see more, but they are really good up and comers. So I want to see more from them in general. But the
Yeah,
match have been for me.
absolutely, absolutely. Next we get Katana Chance and Caden Carter versus the Secret Hervis. That's what it's called, the Secret Hervis of Alba Fire and Piper Niven. Which just the Secret Hervis. It's kind of like, okay, and they're doing this whole President Green kind of thing, and I'm getting it. It's just I'm just like the secret Hervis. I feel that there could have been a better name there.
Yeah, there could have been a lot of better everything in this matchup. So
Yeah,
there's that.
yeah, yeah, fairly standard. Lots of hair and head pulling from the Purvis, and as there's that break, and then Katana's in the ring, big boot, and leg drop on the like from the bottom rope. She did a pretty cool combo there. Failed senton was from Piper. And then Katana pulls off a Samoan drop, and Piper then does like a keg stand, as they call it. Um, I guess that's that's their thing. Uh,
Wait, didn't Katie do the Samoan drop?
yeah.
Okay,
Katana did the Samoan drop, and then they did the keg stand.
okay.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, then there was assisted run out crossbody. Chelsea Green distracts for Piper to pull off the Piper bomb, put Falcon Arrow, because that's really what that is. Go ahead, call it the Piper bomb, even though like this
I
falls back.
refuse. I absolutely refuse. Um, I mean, they're doing to her what they did to Nia Jax, just making her the big person using her weight against people. I'm seeing less and less talent. I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's all I
and
have to say about that. That's all I have to say. I don't know.
yeah, and then after the match, Selena Vega runs out. Um, she does a great tornado DDT, but then she gets beat down by the Purvis. They have a nice
Yep.
little shot of them like standing there. Um, I gave it a 4.5. Nothing specifically impressive, but it wasn't specifically awful either.
That's when these are one of the ones like I'm not grading it because anything that goes grading is really mean. So I'm not gonna actually. It's just gonna be a zero. It's just yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
And
enough.
like this, we're this close to WrestleMania. Like things are supposed to be a lot more put together and expressive. You want to make us want to watch it, and this didn't. It failed for me. I'm like, if this is what we're seeing leading up to WrestleMania this close, what what's gonna be WrestleMania is like? Because we know how they are. We know how they are. Internet
Mm,
bullshit.
yep. Then they do a little showing of Louis Capaldi and Oban Elliott, and I just bring that up because Louis Capaldi plays his little part later on in the show. Yeah. Then we get Braun Strowman versus LA Knight. Yeah. For
Yeah,
for the United States title. Um. Yeah. You got two baby faces here. Though they're really great and they're both well liked and they're both good in the ring, and I think they both did pretty well in this match.
yeah. Like because of like the obvious size difference that they were trying to go for. I think it paired up well.
Yeah.
I love both of them as wrestlers, and I love their personality put into their characters. So I sat there like this, like I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion. And no matter what, I don't have an opinion. I win no matter what. So
Yep.
that's what I felt.
But yeah, we get starts out with a lock up and then two big shove downs from big old Braun to a headlock. And then he does a massive arm toss. Um, he's just so big.
He's so huge. That's what I was talking about the slide. Like they really played that up in a lot of ways. I liked it, but I mean,
Yeah, I no, I love it anytime that they're able to play to that strength, to where it's just kind of like, because even because LA Knight, He's a ripped motherfucker. He ain't no
That's
weakling.
good.
That's for damn sure. He ain't no weakling. So to have that kind of put up there to where it's just like even LA Knight's getting shoved down there. Hey, that he's that big brawn, one big son of a bitch. But yeah, then they end up getting to the outside. There's a weak run kick that he does to that LA Knight does to Braun. But then it's met with a really good big boot from him. Anytime that big boot comes up, man, it's just worth it.
Yep.
And they get into it more. They get 5 punches in the corner, and then it's reversed for a failed roll up, and get a series exchanges to where LA Knight pulls off middle rope bulldog. Then we get a series of punches, and they need to come up with a name for LA Knight's elbow. Because he does like his own kind of people's elbow a little bit.
I want to like stay away from people's elbows so bad. So like, if we go to LA elbow or something right now, because like people compare him to The Rock so much. I just want to get away from that. In my head.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's not like he's doing his own thing too, because it's not like he does the like the leg swerve over and the drop. He does a
Or the
pop. He does like a pop up into the air and drops that elbow. Like he makes it look great. Um,
Yeah,
but
it's not people's like, oh, everything he does looks like The Rock. Just stop it. Like they all gonna look like each other at this point.
here's the thing. People could even try to shame him. It really, he is a mix of, if you're gonna mix him all up and really define LA Knight out, number one, he's more like Razor Ramon and Macho
There's
Man Randy Savage.
a lot of Macho Man, a lot of Razor in there.
Yeah, they like and then there's Stone Cold, and then The Rock. Like he's, I would say, if he's like four wrestlers, he's like those four, and what four to be like. Like he knew where to draw his personality from, and he made it his own.
Yeah, he
So
works well with his archetypes, but it might not be just them because they had archetypes that they pulled from and blah blah blah.
yeah,
So it's a whole thing. Like, I just wish
yeah,
people would just be happy with the fucking show. Anyway,
yeah. I don't know who Macho Man might have pulled from, because
that that might have just been him, but that's
I
from a
think
different color.
yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking like, well, Steve Austin did like this guy, and Razor Mo did like this, but I'm like, but before Macho Man, like, who is like Macho Man before Macho Man, and who's been like Macho Man since? Like, closest we have gotten now is LA Knight, who's
Never get
really
another
doing the
one.
Slim Jim
You
commercial.
kind of sound like him. You can take his taglines, but there's only one Macho Man. You know.
Yeah, yeah. um, but yeah, then he pulls off that night elbow. Then he gets reversed on the BFT, and to a clothesline to the outside. And then the Strowman Express comes in, and it's derailed by Jacob Fatu.
Which I was so shocked. Like, oh my god, this is actually shocking.
Yarramin. Which I like how Yarramin is becoming one of his phrases.
Yeah.
It's becoming his like tagline. And of course he comes out and just does what Jacob Fatu does best. He's Samoan, drops fucking Braun onto the goddamn announce table. He's amazing. And then LA Knight, does a comeback there. But then he pops up into a Samoan drop, and then he does a triple ass attack. Triple ass attack. And then he does double mighty moonsaults. Which that's another one there. It's like, okay, Mighty Moonsault versus Prettiest Moonsault Ever. I almost wish that they would call his the mightiest the prettiest moonsault ever, or they could call it the mightiest moonsault ever. That would be great.
Or they could find a new combination of words for it that could do that too.
Yeah, just the mighty moonsault. It just
It doesn't
seems
do it
like
for anybody.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh my god, I kept thinking Mighty Mouse too. That's why I was just like, can we get away from that word? Every time Mighty, I was like, no.
The mighty
Right.
moonsault.
So let's continue.
But But all in all, I gave that match a 6, just because obviously it got interrupted and stuff. I think that if those two had a good uninterrupted match, um, they could give us a solid like 7 or 8 if they really tried.
I mean, I think that it's good we're holding up a new storyline and mixing up the characters and how they interact with each other. I gave it a 5.
Sure.
I mean, because it wasn't really a match, you know. There's a lot of DQ. I love the tables and stuff like that, but there's just a lot missing. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I was just kind of like, it was good for what it was. It showed us some stuff, but you know,
nice filler, nice filler.
yeah, and then we got Jimmy Uso interview for a match with Miz later on that night. But my favorite part is that he does a fake slap. He does a fake slap to the Miz like right before then. That was great.
I didn't even see that. Damn.
Yeah. um. But then yeah, we get the new bloodline. Talk some shit. Mostly Jacob Fatu talking about how he doesn't need to listen to nothing. Y'all better kick in where you fit. You know what I mean? Y'all better kick in where you fit in. You know what I mean? I guess that's the best justice I can do that. He's just so awesome. Give that promo a 7. I gave Jimmy's interview a 6. But now we got my first, I feel, official 0 I think I've given anything. The Naomi vignette.
Yeah, I forgot that existed.
My God. Oh my God. What a shitty, awful vignette. I'm giving it a 0. I think her costume looks stupid as shit.
I mean, that was just the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what? Then Jake Cargill, B-Fab, and Meechin all got business to handle. And they go and handle that, and then there's another Malachi Black vignette. He's supposed to be coming back soon. I don't know what they're waiting on. More shit.
Yeah, I
don't care. But yeah, then we get Meechin with who's accompanied by B-Fab with against Charlotte Flair. And then Naomi attacks. And her outfit just looks dumb as fuck. Then Jake Cargill runs out to help B-Fab. And looks cool as fuck looking in the Kill Bill costume.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my God, it looks so good on her.
Yeah. The match starts. Charlotte does big boot and pin attempt. And it's really pretty standard back and forth kind of action. With the figure 8 finish. Kind of gave it a 3.5. Just because thought the whole intro of Naomi was stupid. You could just let, Could have just let Michin and Charlotte Flair have a generally good match against each other because they're both really good, and Michin can continue on this push that she's getting.
And that's exactly how I felt about all of it. All of it was unnecessary. Michin and Charlotte Flair would have been a good enough match together. And yes, Naomi's outfit is stupid as all holy fuck. I was like, who allowed her to look like that? I was mad as all holy shit. I don't even know. I'm still mad. Like, who is this? Does she make up her own wardrobe? Who is dressing like that? I'm gonna complain.
Her hair is
I'm complaining
awful
right now. This is my complaint. Naomi, you look like shit. I hate you all. Dress better.
and it's so weird too, because it's like obviously her husband does not have the same writers or same producers for his shit, that because she's married to
That's
fucking Jimmy.
unfair. I
Jimmy's on
know.
this
I'm like,
great ass run right now, and his wife is fucking up.
and they got her looking like effing Abby Cadabby from Sesame Street half the time. Like, I cannot. And she's gorgeous, like, but the outfits are just getting too much. Like, I like the hair in the beginning, but the hair was too much for me too. But now with the outfits, I'm like, stop. You're a whole Fraggle. Stop. Like, just too much for me.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock, Cousin It, fucking.
Just so much. And, like, she's talented. And it's taken away from her talent in a lot of ways, I feel.
Yeah.
So,
like,
that's what I bring it up.
Like, I thought she was on a good trajectory, and then right when the whole Jade Cargill shit came up, and I'm just like, why even bother trying to turn her heel? And like her set, it makes no sense. She like is coming off like a bitter ex-girlfriend.
I mean,
Must
we
be
are
some bitter ex-girlfriend writers
in the timeline of heels. Everybody can heal. If you get a heel, I get a heel. Everybody gets a heel. All right, so that's who we are apparently with WWE. So I just expect everyone to be a heel right now. So that's that for me. Like, because that's everybody's turning heel.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it's stupid.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It is absolutely dumb.
Yep. So
and it's not meant to. It feels dumb, but it made like good television or good like storylines. I'd be like, yeah, let's go for it. No, we're just
yeah, it's the kind of storyline that like if I recommend wrestling to people, I would like say if one of my friends or something was watching with me, I would like, how would I justify that to them? Like, oh yeah, this is Naomi. She's really upset that Jade Cargill was tag team champions with Bianca Belair. So she attacked her months ago, and this is all coming back to bite her, and now she's a psycho.
I'd be like, this is Naomi down Fraggle Rock, and then that's it.
A lot more simple than what I what I could give it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but next we got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Talk about just two of my favorites in wrestling right now. Period. And two of my favorites of all time. Randy's definitely, he's in my top 3. Which I don't think we've ever talked top 5 top 3s or anything like that. But Randy's in my top.
He is not mine. Let's continue with that.
Fair enough. Hey, there's so many wrestlers out there.
There are.
There's so many, and everybody's entitled to their opinions on it. You know.
I do like that video of Randy Orton twerking. Anyway.
I mean, you know, I'm also a lot more biased because I ate chicken with the man, and
you ate chicken with them, and I rarely eat chicken because I'm mostly vegan. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but Yeah, Randy's he's especially when he was in the Legend Killer stuff. Like that was one of the only times that during the era in which I was not watching that I actually tuned into a couple things. Um because I was like, "Oh, okay, I heard that this guy is like taking out like all the bigwigs, taking out all the legends here. I want to kind of check that out." And he's just
Like
so good
it.
in the ring.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked watching his evolution as a wrestler, seemingly as a person also. But the Legend Killers, I also tuned in a few times, and it was nice to see. I
Yeah.
think it was like put together well then too.
Yeah, the match was put together real well. I love when he gets at him a little bit and Drew starts going, "How's that back feel, Randy?" um we get a corner punch out that gets reversed into another corner punch out. Drew got dropped on the table and he did a shitty thumb to the eye. Like if you're gonna do thumbs to the eyes and stuff, don't make it look shitty. Like I'd rather somebody like I understand doing like the quick enough pull away, but I'd
Yeah,
much rather see the like put up there and like put your fingers up to there and do the pull away and stuff. At least make it look real. Um
at least.
yeah,
Um, yeah, there's a lot of that. But anyway,
yeah. Randy does a great comeback there. Serves up the vintage Orton, and then Kevin Owens
yeah.
comes out, distracting Orton. Drew lays in a beautiful Claymore. Um, and he gets that for the win. And my last note is I hate Kevin Owens.
I didn't even write anything about him except, look, it's Kevin Owens. He's a fucking distraction, and
Yeah,
that's all I wrote.
yeah.
I I refuse to have him in my notes. I really I am not a fan,
I
and I
uh,
hate the way he's being used right now. And I don't know if he's happy with the way he's being used right now, but he shouldn't be.
hey, he's getting paid. I'm sure he's
Exactly. Shit,
happy.
I'm not.
he,
So,
he he's getting a match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I'm sure he's fucking happy.
oh man,
You know.
yeah,
But I gave the match a 6.5 despite the bullshit ending. Thought it was a really good match.
yeah. I actually gave it 7
Yeah,
because I felt like it was a lot of action. I just want to see action.
yeah, they definitely delivered.
There was one part I can't look it up that I laughed, but it was probably not appropriate. Anyway, so yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, then we get Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Um, my very first note on the match is I loved how methodically paced that they both made it. They both they did the kind of slow burn, well thought out, paced match to where it's I could definitely I think that Triple H is definitely a lot of influence on Jimmy right now and his push, and I kind of got that feeling from watching this match because I felt like damn, this match could have been in the fucking 80s, which is a good thing.
Especially after the commercial, they definitely had a very controlled pace after that, I could say.
Yeah,
That I noticed. But before
they
that.
pick up the pace for sure, but I liked how methodical it really was. Just the that they start out with, and also it's Jimmy's 13th match this year.
Ooh,
He
ooh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he is leading in WWE right now with the most matches.
That's awesome. Good for
Yep,
him.
and that ain't no Marty Jannetty shit. Fuck you mean wrestled with Indy. Um,
Fucking
but
Marty Jannetty.
yeah, Miz pulls off a really good DDT. He does a series of chase kicks and exchanges to like what looks like a sloppy claymore. um, we get the Uso splash for the finish, and Jimmy talks some shit on the headset, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you were about the pacing. They kept a really good pace throughout the whole thing. They kept it very exciting. You know, it was not any boring parts of the match, which can be expected from both those people. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I gave that one a 6.5 as well.
I didn't give it a number rating actually. I just skipped that part altogether. But if I had to right now in my head, I'd give it 6.5. I think.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. And then we get the night finishers, if you will.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that was the closing match of the night. So then we get the Drew McIntyre promo, which starts out with Louis Capaldi, and talking about meeting up with him at a pub, and how he's talking about how he's having a great night because Damien isn't there, and then pops open the door and Damien's standing right fucking there,
Mm-hmm.
and begins to whoop his ass. Um, uh, at one point Damien throws a random dude. Then he goes south of heaven to the car windshield, and I wasn't 100% sure if Drew was kayfabe or not, saying that he got glass in his eye, which apparently was not kayfabe. Apparently he legit got glass in his eye from that.
Dun dun
Yeah.
dun. I mean, it happens. Oof.
Yeah, the yeah, then you get the CM Punk walking by the aftermath and looking at it. Nice little reference to AEW there. Broken glass, cry me a river. I think Drew is gonna be crying a river. He actually got glass in his fucking eye. Huh. But
Yes, I like it put together. It was cute, and that's what like the whole CM Punk thing walking past makes me think it was all kayfabe because the way it was all put together that just wouldn't have gone off like they wouldn't
oh
have been
yeah,
that solid if it wasn't.
yeah. Apparently the glass in the eye was the only not fake part. Apparently Drew really did get glass in his eye. But other than that, I thought it was a great little spot there. I gave that spot an 8. But then we got CM Punk walking on his way to the Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk contract signing. I didn't take a whole lot of notes on it just because there's a whole lot to it. And I feel it's just, at this point it was kind of set up for what we already knew was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's when I'm just like I wrote like a lot of acknowledgements and just random stuff because it was obviously all been
Yeah, it went on for
too long.
way too long, but they he does, he gets it to where Paul Heyman tells him that he gets his main event match, which right there, okay, it's night one main event, and it's not for a title. Okay,
Yeah,
we have 4 world titles up for grabs, and main event of night one is gonna be Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, and CM Punk. That's just, I understand it's CM Punk's dream. Really, it's not his dream. His dream,
Mm,
his dream is to win Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania.
which you probably never will, but
Probably won't. Probably fucking won't. And Yeah. Yeah, just all in all, a lot of just setup. I didn't grade it or anything.
Yeah, give it a 2.
Yeah, fair.
Well, there's lots of stuff, and the crowd seemed to like it, so.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those segments that, I'm sure if I was in the crowd, I would be fucking loving it. And
I'm trying to look for a door, but you never know.
yeah. Um, but otherwise, that's the end of our review on SmackDown in London on March 28th. Be sure to like and subscribe. We get to say it at the beginning of the video. We need to incorporate that in. I need to incorporate that in because I kind of lead in on the most.
Uh,
If you want to take the lead in and stuff, you can always
um,
do that too.
I mean, I could do that, but all right,
As long as you
let's
say
end this
like and
now.
subscribe, because you should like and subscribe and help us out.
Subscribe.
And thank you very much. Until the next episode, take care.
Um.